What's up guys, Brett here, brettdev.com, coming at you from Chiang Mai, Thailand. And today in this video I'm going to talk to you about dropshipping, why I think it sucks as an online business model and why I think it doesn't suck as an online business model. So to get into it, and for those of you who don't know what dropshipping is basically setting up an online e-commerce store where you don't hold any stock or any product. So you have an agreement with a third party. A lot of people do it through Amazon, a lot of people do it through AliExpress, but a lot of people do it through private individuals as well. So let's say, for example, you're selling webcams and you have an arrangement with Logitech. So you list all of their products on your site. When somebody buys them, you take the order, you phone up Logitech, you say, I just sold this, or you send them an email, however you set it up, and you say, I just sold this one camera, can you send it to this address? You take the money, you pay for the actual item, and you keep a percentage of the profit. So that's the basics of how dropshipping works. It's hugely popular, and for good reason, and it's hugely popular in Chiang Mai and in Thailand. A lot of people are doing it, and it's one of the online business models that is very, very lucrative, which I'll get into that in a second. But first I want to talk about why dropshipping isn't good and why it gets a lot of flack and things that I feel like you should avoid and whether or not I think you should do it or not. Okay, so I know the reason I make this video, there are a lot of people here that promote dropshipping, and a lot of them do get a lot of stick for promoting it. And I think it's unfair because the business model itself isn't necessarily flawed. It depends on the context of the scenario and the individual that is implementing it, okay? So I ran a dropshipping store back in England. I worked in it for 2 years and it was very successful. The reason it was successful is because I was hired by a company in order to implement this dropshipping solution, and I worked on it solidly for 2 straight years and we made a lot of money. And that's the nuts and bolts of it, really. So people that are coming to Chiang Mai to set up a dropshipping store often come here on a budget, right? So they don't take into, you need to take into account that when you're setting up a dropshipping store, you're setting up a dropshipping business. It's a huge business that you're setting up. You're not setting up a Facebook profile that you're going to sell DIY trinkets that you've just stringed together and sell them to your friends. When you set up a dropshipping store, you're entering a massive market and it's very competitive. You need a tremendous amount of skills to actually be able to implement the solutions that you're looking to implement. You need a lot of time and you need a lot of money. And I can get into all of these, each individual things in length. This video could go on for an hour. But the problem is, let's say, for example, you're setting up a dropshipping store to sell whatever it is you want to sell. When you set up a store, you have to do many different things. I can't even list them on both hands, right? So you need to build a website, and then you need to look at how you're going to get traffic. Are you going to run paid traffic? Are you going to get affiliates? Are you going to do SEO? Are you going to do content marketing? First things first, most people that set up a dropshipping store or buy into this idea of setting up a dropshipping store remotely, they don't have many of these skills, okay? So the people that are very successful with dropshipping, and the reason I was able to implement a dropshipping store successfully in a 2-year period, I mean, we was turning profit within about 6 to 12 months, but it really took off after about 2 years. I already had all of the skill sets in order to be able to implement this. I was hired because I'm a web developer and because I had a very good track record of SEO, okay? So somebody coming from not being in my position to try and implement that, it's an uphill struggle, believe me. You're going to have a real tough time because there's so much that goes into it. There is so much that goes into it. I mean, if you've got a product and you want to take on a marketplace, obviously the first thing you're going to do is you're going to. Some people don't even do this. You need to research. You need to research the market that you're entering, and this is the way I tackle most things. Yeah. So you look at what your competitors are doing and just see where you can do it better. Okay, that's a really easy approach, and it really works because I can see if this guy's ranking for these terms in the search engines, if this guy has this much of a following, all I need to do is equal them or go beyond them, and I'm winning, right? So that's quite straightforward. Now, let's just assume that you've picked a product that you make good markup on, good margin, and you're in a very good niche and you're lucky enough to have found that, look at where you need to compete and in what areas you need to compete on against your competitors. You're going to find that just whipping together a Shopify store or a WooCommerce store and adding products to it and putting it on the internet, you're not going to be competitive, okay? Because you're going up against companies that have been established for years, okay? So when somebody's browsing the web and they're looking at a comparison of products, why are they going to choose you? Why are they going to buy through your store? You're probably not going to be able to undercut your competitors on price. So why are they going to choose you? They're not, okay? So this is where a lot of dropshipping stores fail. And this is where a lot of people that promote dropshipping take a lot of flack. And it's not necessarily that they're promoting a bad business model. The problem is you've got a guy that's come to Chiang Mai with $5,000 in his bank who says he's going to set up a dropshipping empire. And it's just not enough. It's just not enough. You need to have enough money in your bank account to last you 18 months minimum. And you need to be hungry as fuck. And you need to be like on that shit all day, all night, and really be skilled up to the max and exploiting every opportunity that you can and pushing hard to go against these established brands and established people inside your niche. So the business model isn't flawed. It's just what happens is, like I say, people come, they don't allocate enough amount of time. They underestimate the challenge massively. It's a huge challenge, dropshipping store. Now, if you're somebody that has the skills to implement a dropshipping store, and when I say have the skills, I don't mean don't come here and try and learn them. Don't. Because if you got 3 to 5 grand in your bank, I've seen a lot of people come try and implement dropshipping stores. By the time they figured out how to get their website up and running, their money ran out and they went home back to their 9 to 5. You need to level up your skills before you start to implement the business. So if you don't have the skills to implement the business, do the research, at minimum, learn what you need to know before you set out to try and achieve it. Now, that is why dropshipping gets the perceived bad rap, and this is why people say that it sucks, and why people say it doesn't work, and all of this. It does work. It does work. And if you're one of these people that you have enough money in the bank, let's say you got 20 grand in the bank, you're going to come to Chiang Mai for 2 years, and you're going to build your dropshipping store, right? And that's your only focus. And you're going to do everything you can. You already have some experience. Maybe you already have the site built. Maybe you already have the products populated on the site. You have everything ready to go. You'll come to Thailand, and for the next 2 years, you're just going to market hard. You're going to get your product into all the third-party distribution networks like Google Shopping, Amazon. You're going to get your products everywhere. You're going to look at ways to competitively undercut your competitors on price. All of this stuff, you're going to get in the faces of everybody. If you're one of these people, you have the money, you have the inclination to do that, and you understand what needs to be done. You've researched your competitors. You know the different angles you're going to take to try and out-angle them. By all means, guys, set up a dropshipping store. Because if you do, and you spend a couple of years promoting it, and based on your prior research, you know full well that you can out-angle your competition, you're going to make a lot of money. It's going to be very lucrative, and it's an excellent business model for an online income. It's fantastic. And the people that promote it are doing a good service to anybody that is looking to get into it, because they're not telling lies. The people that promote dropshipping are offering a very good solution to make a very large amount of money entirely online. But it takes work. And if you don't have the budget and you don't allocate the time and you don't have the skills, then it's going to suck for you. And that is why people say dropshipping sucks. Because they just generally underestimate the challenge. And that is something really to think about if you're going to set up a dropshipping store. If you don't have the budget, if you don't have the skill set, maybe look at something else.Maybe look at freelancing. This is why I personally promote freelancing in my videos, because I know that 95% of you, and I'm not saying it in a condescending way, because there's lots of skills that I don't have that I still need to acquire. To be truly successful in any area, you have to be involved in that area all the time and constantly working on it, and that's how your skills develop. But a lot of you out there don't have the skills necessary and skills that are required in order to implement a successful dropshipping store. And I mean, you can throw up a website, I mean, truly successful store, a store that is capable of competing with your competition. Those are the skills you need. That's where you need your shop to be, and that's how it's going to be successful. Until you get those skills, And unless you have a lot of time to allocate to, say, learn those skills and then implement, and time is money, money buys time. So you need a lot of time or a lot of money to really have a good crack at it and for it to really work for you. So yeah, I hope you liked the video, guys. And if you did, give it a thumbs up if you found it helpful. Leave a comment below, and don't forget to subscribe. I'm coming at you with more and more videos, and I'm going to do a lot more videos around Chiang Mai as well. So those are coming soon. Until next time, guys, this is Brett from brettdev.com. Peace.